You know, today it's special. We don't have any lesson and we don't have any exercises. We have...
Correction.
Right. Correction of what? Right. So today we have correction of the National English exam. Right. No, but before starting with talking about the English exam, let me ask you a question in general. How was the exam in general? I'm talking about the other subjects, of course. Physics, science, math. How did you find it? How was it, Sarah?
It was very difficult.
It was very good? Come on, are you telling the truth? Because some students, they told me about physics, it was a little bit hard. So, was it a little bit difficult, physics?
Yes, sure. It was hard.
What about the other subject? Science, math, was it okay?
Yes.
So, for example, Eunice, which subject you liked best? It was easy for you. I guess it was English. Yes, by the way, English, how was English?
It was very simple.
All right. This is not my opinion, by the way. This is the opinion of most students which took this year's exam. They say that the English exam was very easy. But of course, how many sections are there in the exam? Three sections, of course. What is the first section?
Comprehension.
Reading comprehension. And the second one?
Language.
Right, we're going to go one by one. Reading, comprehension. That's number one. Number two,
Language.
language. And the third one?
Writing.
Writing. Okay. Now, of course, the exam, three sections. Which section was the easiest for you?
Comprehension.
The reading comprehension. What about the language?
It was between.
It was so-so. No, I know that you don't have big problems with the language, but what was difficult in the language section? Were there any new questions for you? I guess all the questions, they were taken from lessons that you have seen previously. So maybe you just needed some concentration. This is the problem. Because if we are going to see in the correction, all the questions, of course, when you have them in language, every time you have a question, you have part of the answer in the question. You are going to see that it's not as difficult as you think. And let me ask you another question. Which part did you start with in the exam?
Comprehension.
You started with language. So it means normally students, they start with the easiest part. So Asma, it was the easiest part for you, I guess. Why? Did you start with reading comprehension?
Me.
Right. Who started with writing? No one, because writing is not something easy to start with. Because it was very easy actually, but it's time consuming, it takes time. And the section which most students prefer is reading comprehension. They start with the text. And fortunately, have a look at the text. Look at the text. Fortunately, before reading a text, you have a big picture. You have an idea about the text just by running your eyes over the text. What is there to help you have a big picture of the text? No, look at the text. Just without reading the text. Could you have an idea about the text?
Yes.
Yes. How is this possible?
From the picture.
Right, from the picture. Look at the picture. We are going to talk a little bit about the picture. What can you see in the picture?
Little child.
A little child. What is she doing? Is she, for example, playing with some toys?
No.
What is she doing?
She's working.
She's working. What is she doing exactly?
She wash.
Clothes.
Washing
Clothes.
clothes. Do you think she's washing clothes for fun?
No.
She's working.
Yes.
So it means this is not something natural, of course. This is not normal. And what do you have under the picture?
Child made.
Child made. It's a description. And if you remember, in one of the previous sections, we said that in the reading comprehension section, when you have a text, you have always to do what? To survey. Can anyone remind me of this term, survey? What does it mean, survey? Is it to read the text in details, or just to have look at the text very quickly.
Yes. Look at text very quickly.
Right. It means you run your eyes over the text so that you can have a general idea or a big picture. And of course, there are many indications which can help you have this big picture. Here you have a picture, and under the picture you have, in this example, you have a picture, and you have, if you remember, we have a caption. What is a caption? A caption? It's like, that's right, it's like a title which describes the picture. And of course, sometimes in a text you can have other things like what? Like title. But do you have any titles here?
No.
No, of course. Sometimes you can have what? A heading. A heading is a big title. It's like a title of a paragraph. It gives you the general idea of a paragraph. Sometimes you can have notes. Notes which can be written at the bottom of a text. It can give you information where the text is taken from. Or sometimes you can have information on the margin. We call them margin notes. A picture of a little child, and she's washing clothes, and of course it's not her clothes, she's working, and you have child maid. So possibly the text is going to be about what? Child maid. Can anyone tell me what do you mean exactly by a child maid?
Children
A child who
works
in where? In a house.
yes, in
A child maid, does she go to school? She doesn't go to school.
an early age. Yeah.
Right. It means she is very, very young and she works in houses. So, but, no, of course, it helps me have the big picture of the text. But if I want to have the general idea of the text, am I going to stop here just by looking at the picture? No, of course, you need to do something else. Now you are going to look for what?
General idea.
The general idea of the text. The general idea of the text. Which part of the text am I going to read? Yes, Abdurrahim?
First part.
The first part. It means what? What do we call the first paragraph of a text?
Introduction.
Introduction. That's right. But do you read only the introduction?
No.
How many paragraphs do you have?
3,
6.
4.
6.
Yes, you have the right number. It's 6 paragraphs. So you are going to read. Which part of the paragraph are you going to read? All the sentences?
No.
Just what?
Topic sentence.
The topic sentence. The topic sentence of each paragraph and the last sentence of what? So, general idea. You read.
Introduction.
Why exactly you read the introduction?
Topic sentence.
No, in the topic sentence, there is a topic sentence, but the introduction, it gives you like it's a general
idea.
it's a word. It's like it's a roadmap. It means the introduction, it tells me what the text will be about. But does it give any details?
No.
The details are going to be in the paragraphs. Plus topic
Sentence.
sentences plus last sentence of the passage. Right. So I'm going to give you 1 minute or 2 because actually it takes time. I want you to read the introduction and read each topic of the sentence, and then you are going to give me what? You are going to complete this. The text is right. Now you can take 2 minutes. Introduction, topic sentence, and we are going to discover together what the general idea is. Try to use your pen. You can underline the topic sentences, underline them, so that you can keep track of these topic sentences. Generally, where do you have the topic sentences in the paragraph? Is it at the beginning or at the end of the paragraph?
The beginning.
Yes, generally the topic sentence is the first sentence of the paragraph. Could you find the general idea we have? That's right, yes. Yes, try to underline them. Underline the topic sentences. For example, this one, and you have, this is two. Right, you stop here. So, can anyone tell me what is the text about? Now, of course, you have the picture. So it's about
Children.
child maids. Yes, but is it only about child maids? Because child
Teacher.
maid, it's very general.
It's about employing child maids.
About?
Employing
Yes, employment
child maids.
of children. Yes. What else? If you look at giving work to these children, is of course is a part of the text, but there is another part of the text which is as important as child maids. Look at you have some new information in paragraph. Look at paragraph 3. Later, someone found her in the street, all in tears and helpless, and took her to where? To Dari. So the text is going to talk about these child maids and the role of what?
Non-governmental.
That's right, yes, because here you have a non-governmental association. So the text is about what? These children, these child maids, are they having a good life, a nice life? So they are just having what? Big problems, yes. So the text talks about the problems of what? Of child maids and what? We talked about Dari. So what is the role? What does Dari do here?
They help.
It helps them. So, and we're going to write and efforts. Efforts to what? To? Yes, that's right. To help them. I didn't talk about Dari, but when we say efforts, it means that there are some people. In the text you have an association which is working to help these children. Right. So what are, as I told you before when we studied reading comprehension, I said that when you find the general idea, the next step, you are going to read all what? All the texts. You are going to read the text to discover what? Two things, two very important things. You are going to find the key words. It means the most important words in the text. So in order to help you a little bit, so there are just two very important words in the text. And also I want you to find the opinion of who? The person who writes. Yes, that's right. The opinion of the writer. Because we are going to have exercises about the text, so I'm going to give you now 3 minutes. I want you to read the text in details and try to, at the same time, try to underline the keywords and try to tell me, to have an idea about the opinion of the writer. The opinion of the writer, is he? For. Is he for what? Is he for employing child maids, or is he? Is he against? It means he doesn't accept this, or he is neutral. So go ahead, you take 2 minutes or 3 minutes, read the text and try to answer this. Read all the text, take your time, you have 3 minutes. Now, you have read the text, of course, and I guess now you have an idea about what are the two important keywords. I guess the first keywords you can have it just from the picture. What is it?
Child made.
That's right. You are going to see that most of the text, it talk about this word. It means it's a keyword. There is another word which is as important as this one. We talked about what? We have child maids, but we have other thing in the text. That's right. So it means that, that's good. So we have child maids and we have, right. So these are the most important words. All the text, it talks about this too. It talks about the problems of child maids, and it talks about the role of Dari in helping these children to have back a normal life. Now, let's talk about the opinion of the writer. What do you think? Does he accept that people employ these children? Does he refuse, or he doesn't care? He has no opinion.
He against.
Right, it means he doesn't accept. That's what. How do you know that he is against employing child maid? Look at look exactly at the introduction. Which words show that he is completely against, he doesn't accept employing these children? There are some strong words which show his opinion. You can find words easily if you look at them. These words, they show that he doesn't like children to be employed, of course. Which words? Line number 2 of the introduction. Can you read Abdurrahim? They are?
Illiterated.
They are often illiterate.
Right. They are often ill-treated. This is a combined word, ill. So of course you have the verb to treat someone. You can treat someone badly, or you can treat someone well. What do you think ill-treated? Does this mean that they are treated well or they are treated badly? Badly, right. And exploited. What does it mean, exploited? It means that these children are used to the extreme, are used abnormally. They are not, normally children, they should go to school, they should have a proper education, but here they are exploited. It means people make them work, make them do some house chores like, for example, washing clothes, this is an example of exploitation. So, ill-treated, and I want you to underline them because these are the words which show the opinion of the writer right from the beginning. Now, we are going now to go to the most important section here. It's reading comprehension exercises. Look at the first sentence you have here. It's written with bold letters. What is it, base? It's in the center, and you have base what? Base all your answers on the text. What does this mean, Sarah?
This means that's all the question. You can find it all the text.
That's right. Should you give your opinion?
No.
No. Should you give answers which are outside the text?
No.
All the answers must be taken from the text and only from the text. But if you remember again, we talked about this just 2 weeks ago. We said that in the reading comprehension section in the exercises, most of the questions, they are not given with the same words as in the text. Do you still remember? It means that sometimes they use equivalents. I'm going to give you an example to see things clearly and just to refresh your memory. Tom, can anyone read, please? Tom rejected. Yes, Asma?
Tom rejected the job because the salary wasn't good.
Right. This is, imagine, this is what you have in the text. And this is the question. You have to complete this. Tom
Didn't
accept what?
The job.
the salary, the job.
The job. Why?
Because the salary.
That's right. But here, they don't give you Tom rejected. They give you another equivalent, which is what?
Didn't accept.
Right. So it means that the importance, the vocabulary is very important. Here, in reading comprehension exercises, most of the time, it's only, they use what?
Equivalent.
Equivalence. They use equivalence, they change the words, but the meaning is the same. If you are going to ask me a question, why do they change words if they want us to find answers easily? It's because these questions, they test your...
Comprehension.
That's right. They test what?
Understanding.
Yes, they test your understanding, how much you understand from the text. Because we're not testing here language. We are testing your understanding. It means your comprehension of the text. Now, look at the second example. Amy.
Amy out to go.
Yes, we am.
Amy out to go on a diet if she wants to lose weight.
Wait, do you understand all the words here? What does it mean to go on a diet?
To have a special
That's right. Special what?
food, special
Food program. To have a special food program if she wants to what?
to lose some weight.
To lose weight. It means if she wants to have less kilograms. If she wants to have less kilograms. And this is the sentence. Amy should what?
Should have
Go on a diet.
So what did, yes, that's right. What did they change here?
should.
No. Should. It's the equivalent of what?
Out.
That's right. So here, in the text, you have ought to, and in the question, you have should. It means that you should understand, you should always, you should before, you should know that ought is the same as should. So this is why we're going to see in the questions, most of the questions they use different words, but the meaning is the same. You are going to find all the information in the text. Let's have a look at the first exercise. Yes, Abdurrahim, A.
Are these sentences true or false? Justify.
No. Question. These sentences, are they true or false? Is the information true or false? Justify.
Halima started working as a maid at an early age.
All right. Let me first explain what we mean by true, false, and justify. If the information exists in the text, it's
true.
true. If the opposite of the information is in the text, it's false. But true or false, you must justify. It means you must find a part of the text which tells me that this is true or false. Can you first, the first statement, the first information, is it true or false?
It's true.
It's true. Where do you have the justification? Yes, Abdurrahim?
When she was 8 years old, her family sent her to Casablanca to work as a maid.
All right, so, but which part exactly show me the answer? Halima started working as a maid at an early age. Which paragraph gives me the answer?
The second one.
Paragraph number 2. Which part exactly gives me the
Halima is
part?
one of them.
We are talking about here about what? About
Halima.
age, an early, what do you mean by an early age? Is she old or very young?
Very young.
Very young. And here you have an indication. How old is she?
18 years old.
Right. So, A, number 1, it's true. And what is the sentence? When she was, right, when she was 8 years. 8 years, it's the equivalent of what here?
An early age.
Young.
An early age. You see again, it's the same. Now, let's go to number 2. Yes, Yunus, can you read? Parents?
Which accept the Deutsch to have a better life in the city.
In the city. Look, in order to make things very easy for you, I'd like you to take your pen and we are going to work with numbers. So you are going to mark each line with a number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. So just for your information, the text, we have 27 lines, 27 lines. 27 lines. Be careful, in the introduction, the last word alone, it's, you give it a number. You must have the right, this number, 27. Is the number exact, huh?
Yes.
27?
Yeah.
Right. Now, I want you now to write numbers again for the paragraphs. You write number 1. Each paragraph, you give it a number. Paragraph 1, you write here, for example, 1, big one, like this. Paragraph 2, you write. Because when we are working on correction, we can go directly to the number of the paragraph and the number of the line.